Lean into your purpose. The world needs you to use your gifts, talents, and areas of expertise for good. That's this week's Motivational Monday topic.
Absolutely. Award-winning author Stacy Hawkins Adams is here to lean into that conversation. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
You come in on Monday mornings and we kind of get pumped up for the week, and now we're going to lean into our purpose.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So when you think about purpose, a lot of times people think about what you do instead of who you are. I think we're all guilty of that. I've been a writer since I was 5 years old. I've known that I've loved writing. I wanted to be an author someday. So I've always thought of myself as a writer, but the more I kind of delved into it, and as I got older and started to just take some quiet time and do journaling and things of that nature, I realized for myself that my purpose is actually to be an encourager. And the vehicle for me is writing, speaking, but I can also be an encourager to a stranger on the street. I can be an encourager to the children around me. So today's invitation is for people to kind of pause and think about not just what you do, but who you are and who you want to be. And your purpose might be service. It might be how you just nurture the people around you. You might be tending to a garden. What about that nurtures other people? What is the purpose that you're called to?
So it's not necessarily being, I guess, you shouldn't be identified by your vocation, so to speak, but all of the things within that you can give to the entire world.
Right, right. And I think that's important at this time that we're living in now. There's so much tension across the nation with people post-election. We're coming toward the end of the year when people are checking off their list and looking at what they did or didn't accomplish around the goals that they set. So there's a lot of times where we kind of, maybe people feel like, oh, I'm not where I should be, or I haven't accomplished this, or what's my meaning for going forward. But if you think about the things that bring you joy naturally, the things that you're passionate about, the things that you would do without getting paid, that's often where your purpose lies, because that's where you're really impacting other people.
You know, I think in the past, this would have been a guy thing. It's like, who are you? Well, I'm a disc jockey, or I work in radio and television. That's what and they're like, well, I didn't ask you what you did. I'm like, who are you?
Right.
And you said something there at the end of like what your real passion is. So I started out, my real passion was music. And that's what I was interested in. I wanted to be a musician, and one thing holding me back, talent. And so I got into the next best thing. And music is still my passion, and I would do it for free. So. And
how have you used your passion to impact other people?
Well, you know, I'll try to teach people about, you know, music, and I try to learn about new music and try to, you know, keep up a little bit. It's getting harder as time goes on, but, you know, that is, I encourage, like, a 12-year-old just asked me about, you know, taking band for the first time.
Yeah.
I said, you're good at math. Music is, there's a lot of math in music. So, you know, you probably got a head start on some people. And so, yeah, we decided to go ahead and sign up for band in school.
So, yeah, so you're encouraging, but also being Bill Bevins, I know for many, many years you were on air on the radio.
Yeah.
There were many mornings people would turn on, I need to listen to Bill on my way to work.
Yeah.
So you were inspiring people, you were making them happy. Music is a universal language that gives people joy. So in your own way, you were making an impact. And so I think, just think about the things that we think are somewhat subtle things. I think about I was thinking on that way in about the woman who helped nurture my children when I first moved to Richmond. I grew up in Arkansas, so I didn't have any family. My husband at the time and I didn't have any family here. And so there was a woman at our church. She volunteered at the soup kitchen, and she kept seeing us trying to find the right fit for sitters. And she finally said, I'll stop working in the soup kitchen to help take care of your daughter. And she wound up taking care of our daughter and our son and became their Nana. And so her purpose allowed me to live into my purpose at that time as a newspaper journalist. So sometimes you don't know, you might think it's something small, but her purpose was service. She was serving in the soup kitchen. She served our family. She served people in other ways.
Had
so
a huge impact on
right,
your
exactly.
kids.
So people who think that there's nothing magical or important about their work, there is something magical and important about who you are and what you're called to do, and that's the purpose that you should lean into even during the toughest of times.
Well, and it's just not really limiting yourself to a certain phrase or area. Just break it down and look at what you're doing and how you are impacting people's lives in a positive way.
Right, right. How do people, when do their eyes light up when you enter the room, or something about them seeing you makes them smile, or someone says, thank you for that phone call, I needed that. In those small ways, we're adding something beautiful to the world. And you know, studies show that when people figure out what their purpose is and execute it even in small ways, you sleep better, your immune system is better, and you also live longer.
Wow. Okay, that's important stuff. And obviously, if you are able to figure this out, your life is going to be better all the way around.
Absolutely.
And other people too.
Yes.
All right.
Well, it's great information and always a wonderful Motivational Monday. So we thank you, Stacy, for coming in here and getting our week off to a very positive start.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Stacy Hawkins Adams sends out a weekly Motivational Monday note. If you're interested in subscribing, visit StacyHawkinsAdams.com. Stay with us. Our live show returns right after this break.